Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what a ripping final quarter we've got in hand in the Veterans Grand Final of 2009. At the moment, it sees Knox 10-3-63, leading Forest Hill 6-6-42 by 21 points as the siren sounds. Remember, Forest Hill probably kicking with a slight breeze towards the right-hand side as Reed gets the tap down. Margette went in hard. Umpires picked out a free kick, and it will be going the way. And it will go to Withers. Moves it on quickly. Here's an opportunity for Clayton. Gets the kick inboard. An opportunity now for Paul. Paul drills it inside the 50, only as far as the Knox defence. King gets a hand pass out. Clearing it for Knox there was Detroit. Detroit now up the wing. The mark taken here by Johnson. Johnson now on that left foot. Goes short and leading up. Wind. Sorry, McCafferty.
Can we enjoy you calling him Wind?
Just getting a little excited. I shouldn't have thought better. What's Windy doing up at centre-half forward? He might get to this contest here. Thumped away, though, by the Forest Hill defence at the crumb of the ball. Knox been not quite able to get out of the ball. Trying to stream out of defence here. Withers looking for the free kick. Here's Collard. Kicks towards the goal square. Goes over Wine's head. And it's through for a minus score for Knox. They go on to 10-4-64. They lead Forest Hill by 22 points, 6-6-42. And we've gone probably about 2 minutes in this fourth quarter.
Well, from the kick in, Stickland takes the mark, gets it on fairly quickly. This is what Forest Hill need to do. Move the ball quickly. Coming to meet it, Kane. Now coming out also, not able to gain possession of the football. And it was Johnson. And we'll see the ball over the line. So a couple of minutes into this first few minutes of this final term. Still that 21 or 22 point lead now. Shoot. Just happy to see the ball over the line. And we will see a boundary throw in. Certainly dropped quite a few degrees from the start of the match till the final term. Hopefully we'll all hold off. Reed gets that big paw of his out. Has been in great form today. And it goes up. He's definitely won his battle against numerous ruckmen for Knox today. Humphreys, Aaron Johnson have been a few that have taken him on. There goes Reed again, the 20-metre tap. He's just going to find some of his teammates with those taps as well, as Langford tried to take it. Adard, Margette, handballs backwards. Baylash goes long, gets a handball on to Toit. His kick out of bounds. And we will see the free kick going the way of Andrews for Forest Hill. Andrews. Just got to watch the breeze, as we've seen. It's taken a few kicks so far in this match. Ready for the high fly. No, not taken. Ball comes out. Barlow almost snuck away with the football. Just having a bit of a giggle with the boundary umpire, saying your eyesight might be better than my eyesight, as we'll have a boundary throw in. Reed in that front spot. Watch the paw come out. Can't get his paw onto it this time. Good work by Johnson. Umpire says, give the ball to me. We will have another ball up.
And that's great to see the Barlow and Matt Collard there just having a laugh. That's what you want to see in Veterans footy, having a laugh.
Definitely. Oh, there's Reed again. Another 20-metre tap down. Oldenhoven keeps the ball in play. Barlow, Adard, trying to move ball out of their defensive region. Verdi tackled, coming out Johnson. And we will have a ball up right in front of our broadcast position, but time. Forest Hill need to get their first score on the board in this final term. It was a quick end to the third quarter for Knox. They finished with 5 goals. 4 of those went the way of Stuart Wine. They need a target. What can they do? They kick towards goal. Magro has slotted through the first. And we are back to a 16-point ball game in this Vets Grand Final. Sam Magro opens the account for Forest Hill in the final term. And 4 minutes in, that's a great way to start the final quarter and get back in this game.
Most definitely. Sam Magro had a very good second quarter, a little bit quiet in that third quarter. That's the start that he wanted. He's got his first on the board. And Knox now 10-4-64. Lead Forest Hill 7-6-48. Margin of 16 points here at the Quamby Reserve. Reed Give that one to him again. Shoot. Goes in hard. Gets a little hand pass off. Great effort there by Knox in the midfield to hold the ball up. They were away Forest Hill if they got clean possession. But we will see another ball up in the middle of Quamby Reserve.
I might call for the lights here soon, Ben.
I tell you what, it's getting very, very dark here at the ground as Reid with another big thump. Trying to match him there was Langford. He fisted it forward only as far as the Forest Hill defence. Little chip to shoot around the body. Nice mark in the chest. He's got an open forward line if he moves it quickly. He does now. He looks for Verdi. He's got the option. Yes, he takes the mark. Had to sit, sorry. Verdi now. 55 metres out from his goal. Probably had to move it on a little bit quicker.
Needs to go 4 goal now.
Verdi, his kick chopped off. And the defence here of Knox. They'll bring it out. Collard, hand pass off. Baylaish, the kick towards a player. Clayton came in late. Won't be another 25 metres. Back to Matty Collard here on the wing. The right foot kick up towards half-forward line. Looking for an option. No mark there for Knox to Gordon McCafferty. Players converge on the ball. 50 metres out from Knox's goal. Umpire crossed himself. We will have a ball up here at Quamby Reserve as, yes, Anthony, it is starting to get very, very dark. The floodlights might make an appearance very, very soon.
I got my car on the outer side so I can just turn on the headlights if you need it.
Old-fashioned footy at its best as the hand pass from Barlow off to Addart. Dodges one. Wheels onto the right foot. Here comes Wind over the top. Ball crashes the pack. Able to get his own crumb. Taps it out. The left foot snap towards the goal square. Baker at the fall of the ball. Wonderful mark. Going back with courage. And it's that man again, Reid. He's had a sensational day today. He switches the play out to the back pocket and he finds Chute. Wonderful defensive mark from Reid. Going back Wayne Carey-like there. He's the little kick from Chute out to Longus. Hasn't had a lot of the ball today because he's been trying to contain Wine. It's been a tough job as well. Talongus' right foot kick up towards us in front of us here. Drop mark for Knox by Bruton. They get a little hand pass off Baylaish, getting a bit of the ball early in this quarter. Gets it off to Margette. Margette goes towards Wine, up at full forward. Well done though by the player in Chris Collard. He read the ball, wasn't able to gather. Players going hard of both sides. Umpire lets the play go and he calls for the ball now. An exciting couple of minutes here, but no side have been able to make any pressure on the scoreboard.
Good move by Forest Hill, just dropping back Ash Reid into the hole in front of Stewie Wind. He was the difference during the third term, and now just dropping that loose man back, making sure that he's got no room to lead into. Also dropping back John Andrews as well, so doing the double team on Wind. As the ball goes out of bounds, right half forward for Knox. They currently lead in this clash by 16 points. What can they do? Inside their forward 50, Reid gets the tap down. His teammate besieged. Players calling for the free kick, but don't know how much of an opportunity he had to get rid of the football. As we'll see a ball up 50 metres out from the Knox goal. Now, tap down. McCafferty goes long towards goal, looking for Wine in the goal square. He's got the body work on Talongus, and he's an opportunity. Wow. They're calling for the free kick for the push out. I don't think the umpire is going to give it. The Knox fans celebrating behind the goal.
This will make it tough for Forest Hill.
This to give the Falcons some breathing space. And Stewie Wine, an opportunity for his 8th goal of the afternoon. A brilliant 4-goal third term. He's kicked 16 on this ground before. Quite enjoys Quamby Reserve as he slots it straight through the middle. 8 on the board for Stewie Wine. They're 11th on the board for the afternoon. And they move on to 11.470 to Forest Hill, who are 7.648, as we've just ticked over to the 9-minute mark of this final quarter of the Vets Grand Final.
He's been the difference in this game, Stewie Wine. He's been that dominant forward. Unfortunately, Forest Hill, they've had a couple but haven't had that big target, Stewie Wine, like up forward when they've gone forward. And 8 goals, he has been absolutely telling today, 8 of 11, and he's been absolutely magnificent. The tap down for Knox, cleared though by Forest Hill. They go forward. Baylaish though, no mark paid, but he gets the handball off quickly. The kick up towards the half-forward line. Baker for for Knox, couldn't take the mark, and Forest Hill will look to rebuild here. Mitchell gets a little hand pass off. They can work it along this broadcast side. Chute been very good in the second half. The right foot kick towards the half-forward line. Going back, taking a wonderful mark, Langford. Going back with courage and takes a wonderful defensive mark. Gets up a little proppy. And he will look to rebuild for Knox here. He's got options back for the switch. Decides not to use him. Kick up towards the wing, in front, no mark paid. Barlow, good crumb off the ball, gets a little hand pass off, trying to take the ball for Knox. It's Gordon McCaffrey. It ends up now with Collard. Collard's kick up towards half forward, no mark paid. 2-on-1 in favour of Forest Hill. They've got the numbers at the fall of the ball as well. Hand pass comes off Forest Hill. Harrick couldn't gather the ball. Collard again. Couldn't gather it for Knox. An interception. Here's Chris Collard. Swills onto the right foot. Kicks up towards the full forward area. Nearly a wonderful mark taken. No, it wasn't paid. At the bottom of the pack, Stickland looking to clear for Forest Hill in defence. And we will see a ball up directly in front of goal for Knox. They certainly have the ascendancy now, and one more you'd think would certainly put it to bed, and you would think that they would be crowned the veterans premiers for 2009. Over the top. We'll give that one to Gordon McCaffrey in the right contest. Forest still able to clear. Knox, though, have the numbers at the back. Attard being good in this last quarter. Dodges one. The right foot kick towards goal from Attard in the square one. Couldn't take the mark. Falls to ground. Picks up his own crumb. Nicely done, though, by the Forest Hill defence. A little hand pass out wide. Mitchell was there. Couldn't gather. Forest Hill players calling for the ball. Barlow rips it out of the pack. The left foot snap around the body was a little ambitious, and it goes out of bounds on the full, and Forest Hill will take it from the back pocket, Anthony.
Well, they're just looking for options. Their defence under plenty of pressure. Let's see what they can do from their defensive half. Forest Hill, veering kick to the outer side. That was by Paul. Well, intercepted by the Falcons. And here's 25. An opportunity, 25-metre penalty as well. That will go the way of Collard. This one of the Chris variety.
Both Collard boys been sensational in this second half, really have been.
They have. So a set shot from directly in front. Let's see what Collard can do. He's kicked 1 goal so far in today's game. He has now kicked 2 goals in this game. He has 1 in the third, 1 in the final term. And great work by Chris Collard. Has kicked his second, and that taking the margin now out to 28 points. As they have kicked their 12th goal, they move on to 12-4, 76 to Forest Hill, 7-6, 48. And well set up in this game, the Falcons.
Most definitely. You'd think that's almost curtains for the Forest Hill Footy Club. Had a great season. Had the Forest Hill Footy Club to finish in 4th position. Knox finishing in 2nd and showing their class as they get the clearance now towards their full forward area. No mark paid. The snap will it occur? No. Matt Pollard will get the ball now. Swings onto the right foot. The banana around the body. One couldn't take the mark in the goal square. And they'll bring it out here through Stickland, will Forest Hill. They've got some numbers on that outer side. Withers takes the mark, plays on straight away, wheels onto the left foot, up towards his half-forward line. Oh, wonderful mark, though, taken by Langford. His second great defensive mark off an opposition kick. He goes into the middle. He's found Detroit. Detroit in the middle of Crombie reserve here. We'll switch it out to Baylash. Baylash now holds it up. Chips it inboard, looking for Johnson. Finds him. Was called to play. I must have been touched off the boot. Done. The left foot thumping ball towards one and the goal square. Oh, gee, good luck backing back there if you're a Forest Hill defender. Verdi ends up with it now. A lovely right foot kick to Chute here on this broadcast side. Chute takes the mark, close to true centre wing. Looks for a player upfield and he's found that man in Harrick. Plays on quickly. Forest Hill looking to build a scoring opportunity. Taking the mark was Jason Stone. Played up very nicely for the umpire, but wasn't awarded with a 25-metre penalty. The left foot kick is nice. It finds the man in Paul. Paul chips around the body. This is a good team build-up. Little kick over the top. Now Shafter's got it. Kicks towards the goal square. It's bending back. If it's got the legs. Crumb there, but it's thumped through nicely by the Knox defence. Desperation stuff. And they go on to 7-7-49 to Forest Hill trail. Knox 12-4-76.
Well, for Forest Hill, that was a missed opportunity for them. They built it up well. And as we've gone 14 minutes in this final term, just starting to slow it up with short kicks of their own, the Knox Football Club. They go long to the outer side. Baker lost his feet on the outer side, couldn't take it. Now Shoot goes long inside forward 50. Good work by Johnson. And Johnson marks in defensive 50. Handballs over the top. Finds his teammate in Collard of the Matthew variety. Knocks in the front spot. They've had the players at the fall of the ball during the second half, and that's been advantageous to their score. There's a ball held up, and we will see a ball up. So 12-4 plays 7-7. As Knox in command of this game, still not over yet. Collard gets a handball forward. They kick long to half forward. It's all Zebras back in defence. They're doing pretty well getting the numbers back. Stickland kicks in short. Now looking further afield, the long lead by Johnson. That was Paul. In towards the middle. Margette. Chain of handballs. Baelish on to Dunn. Now just tackled to the ground. The umpire will come in. So give the ball to me and we will have a ball up. The margin cut back to 27 points. The time running out for Forest Hill. Well over the halfway mark of this final term. Margette, he's been good today. Kicks on the left boot. Bounce favours Baker. Opportunity now. Detroit. Handballs over the top. Collard, can he have his third of the match? No, he's looking for Stewie Wine and he's taken it right on the behind line. And here's an opportunity for his 9th goal of the day. He kicked 4 majors during the third quarter. And now an opportunity. 17 minutes gone. Final term.
He's not going to pass this one off. This is going for the goals.
Brad Shoot just watching Stewie as he goes round, kicks it round the corner. His hand's gone up in the air. He has kicked his 9th goal of the afternoon, Stewie Wine, having a day out here at Quamby Reserve. And that's his 2nd goal of this final quarter. And they have kicked their 13th of the match and they move on to 7-4-82. 13-4-82 to Forest Hill, 7-7-49. And the Stewie Wine show rolls on.
I'll tell you what, though, it shows what accurate kicking does as well. I don't think Wine, he might have missed 1 or 2 today, but accurate, he's missed 1. 9 goals, 1. That is an outstanding return, and it just shows you what accurate kicking can do. Ball up, Reed again with the big tap. Forest Hill look to bring it forward. Taking it there, Stone couldn't gather. Now Withers has an opportunity on that outer side. Paddles the ball in front of him. He's under a heap of pressure from the Knox players. And we will see a boundary throw in on that outer side, left half forward flank. In front of the Knox bench. It's pretty much curtains now. And Knox should be crowned the 2009 Veterans Premiers in the Eastern Football League. Johnson gets the tap down. Forest still looking to get the clearance. It was smothered off the boot. No clean possession. Comes out to Grigg. Now Forest still just paddling it forward. They've gained a couple of metres. Now he's done in the back of the Clayton variety. Clayton gets it out. Johnson went in hard. Dunn gets it back. And Withers will see it over the boundary line. And we'll have another boundary throw in. Same position as the last boundary throw in. And we've just ticked over 18 minutes in this final quarter of the Veterans Grand Final for 2009. Johnson, once again, gets the tap down. Players converge on the ball, comes out. Umpires found a free kick and it will be going the way of Knox. So they'll look to launch a scoring attack here from the half-back flank. It will be going to Mark Addard, who's been very, very effective in this last quarter. Mark Addard on the half-back flank. Taking a while for him to get the ball back, so Forest Hill been able to get numbers back. The kick along the wing, looking for a lead. Great Dukes, great presentation. And they'll look to bring it forward here. Gordon McCafferty kicks up towards the half-forward line. Brought to ground, picked up here by Bruton. Forest Hill kick towards their wing, the wing though. And it's taken by Harrick. Switches inboard, finds Chute. Chute now has got players further on the switch, and he's got Mitchell, he's got a Paddock. Well done though by Dunn to close up. Mitchell's kick over the top, and he's found his men here in Paul. Paul goes short, and they can launch another scorer here. Jason Stone inboard, looks for a teammate, and he's found him in Chris Day. He's already got one on the board today. Can he kick his second? He'll line up from about 45 metres out. Not much angle to speak of. Plays on very quickly. The left foot towards goal is off to the left. And he puts through behind for Forest Hill. They go on to 7-8-50. They'll trail Knox 13-4, 82.
82, correct. As from the kick-in, both our commentators didn't really go past Year 6 maths.
No, that's
so right. Now we've got onto the big numbers where we apologise, but we'll keep you as best up to date as we can. As the short kick, they find McCafferty. That was Langford. Wide to the outer side. Good punch away by Reid. He's been fantastic today for the Zebras. He hasn't stopped trying, being one of their best, along with John Verdi, Jason Stone. For the Knox Football Club, they've got a lot out of Rod Margett in the middle. And of course, that man at full forward, we don't need to mention his name too many more times in this broadcast. One more time would be nice. He's kicked 9.
I know you like your double-digit goal scorers, Anthony. Hopefully he gets another one.
Let's see what he can do. As the ball at left half forward, boundary throw-in. And Forest Hill still trying in this game. But the game getting right away from them. So we're into time on. And we've got a 32-point margin. Knox try to push it forward once again. No luck on that outer side. And we will see a ball up. So time ticking away. And on that outer side, just making some changes. The Knox Football Club in the final moments of this game. Andrews centering handball. Paul goes up towards centre half forward. Johnson, good punch away. Holdenhoven, he's been good today. Kicks inside forward 50. The bounce of the football and soccer style. Chris Day has slotted it through. Great goal by Chris Day, and he has kicked his second goal of the afternoon. And that has come into time on in this final quarter. That's the 8th goal on the board for Forest Hill. And they have now kicked 8-8-56 to Knox, who are 13-4-82, as we've gone over 22 minutes in this final quarter.
Wonderful day for the Knox veterans today. They'll enjoy this moment. I remember Michael Voss, the former premiership captain, saying that the best feeling in a grand final is when you know you've won and you can just lap up those final few minutes, and they most certainly will do that as Reid gets the tap out only as far as Langford. Langford's kick up towards the left half forward line. On that outer side is Chris Collard. Gathers now, little hand pass over to Matt Collard. Called that a fair few times today. Little hand pass over the top. They'll have the numbers at the back, Will Forest Hill. The kick up in the middle towards Reid. He's got it here. Marks on the chest. Plays on quickly. Looks for Chute. Goes over his head. Gathered though. Now in the hands of Chute. He's got Day on the lead. The kick is just short. Great gather on his toes. The hand pass back from Day. Ends up back with Chute. Falls over at the crucial time. And the umpire doesn't call for holding the ball. And we will see a ball up 50 metres around from the goal of Forest Hill on the broadcast position. And we'll see a ball up here. Baylaish got the tap down, fists it straight back out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in on the half-forward flank on the broadcast position. Wonderful day for Knox today. They're up 13-4 to 8-8. Boundary throw in. Give that to Baylaish. Done at the fall of the ball. The kick will go straight to 3 Forest Hill players, and the one taking it is John Verdi. One of the better players for Forest Hill today. Loved his kicking today, Verdi. In fact, that's probably not the greatest one of all time, though. Just as I say, it always happens. And has the mark been paid? No, he fumbled it over the line. And we will see a boundary throw-in. Trying to claim it there for Knox was Detroit. The boundary umpire said, no, I know what I'm doing. And we'll have a boundary throw-in here. Forward pocket for Forest Hill. Comes to the man in Paul. Kick up towards the goal square. And once again, Langford. That is the third time he's taken a wonderful defensive mark off opposition kicks. And he will clear. He goes out towards Matt Pollard on that outer side flank. Pollard's right foot just looking for territory in the end. He looks for the boundary line. And it looks like he's found it. He most certainly has. No, in fact, it stays in play. Clayton's got it here. Gets a little hand pass off. Well, good tackling over the Knox.
That was by Matt Collard again.
Matt Collard just following up some good work after he kicked for territory. And we'll have a boundary throw-in on that outer side, Anthony.
Yes, as we tick over to the 25-minute mark of this final term. And Knox, well, in their first season in the Vets competition, had to get their name on that trophy for the first ever time. What a great debut season for them, as Forest Hill still trying to make a change to the scoreline at the end of this game as Grigg gets it off. What can Day do on this occasion? Will he go soccer style? Get it off to Day. No, let's get it off to Sam Magro as Magro kicks his second goal of the day. And a couple of late goals for the Forest Hill Football Club. And that takes their scoreline now. Just as we get the update, it is Knox 13-4-82 to 9-8. 9-8-62.
Well, I think as Darren Searle, fellow EFL media member, said, if you're losing in a grand final and you know you're going to lose, you've got to try and get something out of it. And that's what the Forest Hill Footy Club have done in this last quarter. They've booted through 3 goals in this last quarter, breaking even with the Knox side, 3 goals apiece. And 2 goals to Sam Magro in this last quarter.
And can I give you the tip? The 10 goals for Stewie is going to be very difficult because I know how long's left in the match.
Oh, well, we'll leave that. We'll leave it in suspense. Anthony Stangers knows it as Reid gets the tap down. Knox at the back have the numbers. Matt Collard off to the man in Attard. They're able to bring it out here. Other Knox Footy Club towards the forward 50, and there is the final sign. Congratulations to the Knox Footy Club. They have run out premiers for season 2009. They win 13-4-82 to 9-8-62. 30-point winners here at the Quamby Reserve, and we'll be back after the break with the presentations.
Season in the EFL Vets have taken out the premiership this year. It was a close first half, but the third term was all behind one man, Stewie Wine, and he is today's Tony Let's start off with the Premiership Medallion presentations to be made by Brian Hawkins today, starting off with number 1, Doug McCafferty. Spiritual leader. Number 3, and best on ground, Stewie Wine. Number 4, Jay Reedy. Number 6, Dean Langford. Number 7, Ben Oldenholm. Number 8, Clayton Dunn. Number 10, Martin Baylash. Number 11, Paul Rice. Number 12, Gordon McCafferty. Number 15, Adam Barlow. 17, Matt Collard. Number 18, Steve Humphries. Number 19, Aaron Johnson. Number 20, Paul Goodinson. Number 22, Scott Hunter. Number 23, Gareth Dunn. Number 24, James Turner. Number 25, Jason King. Number 26, Daniel Gaynor.
Good sacrifice, Danny.
Number 27, Chris Collard. Number 28, Alan Baker.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Number 31, Paul Brunton. Number 32, Joel Detroit. Number 33, Mark Addard. Number 30, John Lipscomb. And at number 9, one of the injured players, Richard Jansen. And at team manager, Sean McLennan. Would you please welcome to get his Premiership medallion, the Premiership captain, number 5, Rod Marquette. And to join him, the Premiership coach, Greg Harris. Last screen for a few words. Thanks, Anthony. Firstly, to the Forest Hill Football Club. Having been on the both ends of the spectrum in my football career, I certainly know how you feel right now. So words won't describe or I guess help you guys tonight. But again, thank you for a fantastic game. Our earlier game in the season was an absolute battler, and this one I think the crowd enjoyed immensely. So again, congratulations on a sensational season, and our sincerest thanks for your effort today. From a Knox Football Club point of view, I'd just like to thank a few people. It's quite a bounce back. Firstly, to Phil O'Shannessy, the president of the Knox Football Club, and the committee of the Knox Football Club, for their support in allowing us to get a veterans team together. They were integral in terms of everything they did to support this group of guys to get onto the ground today. So Phil, to you, he's an absolute, he's a life member, he's president, he's a legend of the footy club. So Phil, thank you very, very much. To Mark Addard, Gordon McCassidy, the skipper here.
Did you bring my jacket?
Hockey, Martin Baylash, and have I missed anyone? No, not the four. Those four guys were the integral part of getting this group together, introducing events team to the club. So to those four guys in particular, thank you very, very much. You've done a sensational job, and I'm very, very proud of you guys. Thank you very much. To our two beautiful trainers who do a sensational job. With the greatest respect to all the trainers I've been involved with, these two are the best that I've worked with. Are fantastic. So thank you very much, girls. Sensational job. I've waited a long time for this to stand up here with Rock, so pretty special moment for me. I've been at the club for 20 years, Rocket's been at the club a lot longer than me, so a very special day for me. Some of these players I've known for 20 years and started my association with them when they were about 13 years old. So it's been, they're lifelong friends of mine. Some of them are like my own sons, so I really appreciate that today. It's quite an emotional day for me, so thanks very much to those guys. Just in closing, to my beautiful wife, Dolores, I'd just like to thank her. She's put up with me for 20 years of my involvement with this football club. So I just really like to thank her. She's given up a lot. My kids have given up a lot. They've given me the ability, so they've given me the permission to have the time to spend at the footy club. So a very, very special thank you to them. Thanks, Dolores. Brett, do you want to say a couple of words? Okay.
Don't forget the anthem.
Just before we give you the cup, one more medal presentation, Mark Schroeder. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2009 Events Premiers, Knox.
Photo's trying to come. You go. Get the girls in here. Yeah, you're in.
Hey, make sure, guys, you can see me because you can't see me.
Just take the photo. Get up, boys. Yeah.